Our top story this morning for you. Thousands of people are expected to attend the funeral service of former Hard Living's gang leader Rashied Staggie. He's being buried in Durbanville in Cape Town today. The 56-year-old was gunned down while sitting in his car outside his home last Friday afternoon. Now, Aisha Ismail is on London Road, the road where Rashied Staggie was killed. Indeed, the road where his twin brother was killed over 20 years ago. Aisha, thanks for joining us this morning. This road has seen a lot of activity, not just this last week, but for some time, because of its position as the place where the Staggies made their home for so long. Give us a sense of the atmosphere there this morning.
Well, good morning, Marcel. At the moment, it's rather quiet here in London Road, but we can see some activity at the Staggie home. Now, we know that the body is expected to arrive around this time. There will be a viewing inside the house, and that is going to be a private viewing. We've been told that it's for close friends and family members only. After that, the body will then be taken to the Jubilee Community Church in Observatory, which is close by. We've also been told that the pallbearers will be carrying the body, the casket of Rashied Staggie halfway to the church. It will then be loaded into the hearse and driven to the church. And after that, apparently there has been a request from some community members in Manenberg for the body to be brought to Manenberg. Now, we know that Rashied Staggie has spent most of his life living in Manenberg, and the body will then go to the Greens sports field, where the Manenberg community will then have an opportunity to pay their last respects to Rashied Staggie.
Now, Aisha, a lot has been written and spoken about the legacy, if you will, of the Staggies over the last week or so since the death of Rashied Staggie. The fact that his body is going to be taken to Manenberg is something that many people will be keeping an eye on. Some people saying it's so that the community can come and pay their last respects. Some saying it's for them to get closure. What are we hearing about the significance of Rashied Staggie's body being taken there this morning?
Well, Marcel, it depends on who you speak to. Some people will refer to him as a gang boss and a gang leader of one of the most feared gangs in the Western Cape. Others will tell you that, this man has destroyed hundreds, if not thousands of lives. And of course, some people in Manenberg will actually say to you that he was a philanthropist. He is the man who put food on the table. He paid school fees, he bought school uniforms, and in some respects he actually took the role of and stepped in where government failed. Some people said to me the other day when I spoke to him that he played the part of social services, where people were not able to pay their children's school fees, where they were not able to put food on the table. Rashied Staggie stepped in and did this. So on the one hand, he's seen as this gangster, this gang boss, a man convicted of ordering a gang rape on a 17-year-old girl who was going to turn state witness. He was also convicted of kidnapping and served a long time in prison. And as I said, on the other hand, people see him as this man who was there when they needed him. And of course, other people will say that he destroyed lives on the Cape Flats.
Aisha, do we have any more details in terms of the police's work in trying to get to the bottom of those behind the murder of Rashied Staggie?
Well, it's been a week. Yesterday it was exactly a week since Rashied Staggie was shot dead, assassinated here in London Road. His family said that they had handed over CCTV footage to the police, and they're saying that this footage clearly shows two men on foot walking down the road and basically sprayed the car in which Rashied Staggie was sitting with bullets. And of course, we know by the time he reached the nearby hospital, he was certified dead on arrival. Now, despite this, the police have not made any arrests. And when I did ask some family members and even some people close to Rashied Staggie, friends who they thought was responsible for this, they were not prepared to even take a wild guess.
Asha Ismail for us live in London Road and Salt River, where we're about to see the start of funeral proceedings for Rashied Staggie, murdered in that street just over a week ago.